And we're back with KMMA. I'm Andy O.
I'm Khalil Deal.
And we're bringing you our fabulous final Faceoff show where we take one final look at these animals before they step into the cage. And now we got like a significant amount of time after the weigh-in. So this is as close as we're going to get for the size matchup here. Real deal, man. The Joker against RoboCop. Who's going to pull this one off?
Yeah, man. Yo, I gotta say, man, Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, this guy's in immaculate shape, okay? This guy is fucking huge. He's big. He's muscular. He's ripped. He's super fucking, like, huge compared to Jack Hermanson. But Jack Hermanson also, this guy's also ripped. He's also in very good shape. He's very lean. But you can see that Rodriguez is way bigger and more muscular than him, man. Like, he's just, the size is just absolutely insane, like how much bigger Gregory Rodriguez is than Hermanson, man. I got to go with Gregory Rodriguez, man. I don't think this fight is going to go the distance, man. I think this should be a banger of a fight. I don't think it's going to go the distance. I'm going to go with Gregory Rodriguez to get the finish here by knockout or submission. I think that he's going to be just too much for Jack Hermanson, man. Those huge punches. He mixes it up a lot, and he throws combinations. He doesn't just throw like easy to read punches. Like he'll throw like a hook with an uppercut and a jab or something like that. He'll mix it up with the takedown, try to get Jack Hermanson to the ground. But I will say this though, that Jack Hermanson does look. He is kind of dangerous though, because Jack Hermanson, we all remember he beat Joe Pyfer in that last fight, and everybody thought Joe Pyfer was going to beat him. And Hermanson fucking was able to beat a big guy like Joe Pyfer. But I'm still going to go with Gregory Rodriguez to get the finish here. I just think he's going to be just too much for Jack Hermanson. Plus, Gregory Rodriguez really wants to make a comeback after that last loss to Jared Cannonier there by knockout. So he wants to make a comeback and get the win here. So I'm going to go with Gregory Rodriguez in this one, man.
I'm going to have to lean towards the guy with better endurance, just as good grappling, and the guy who's craftier and just in the overall way in which he fights and the way he approaches every individual opponent, and that is the Joker. I think the cardio may be an issue here. People say, yeah, it's a 3-round fight, not a 5-round fight, but RoboCop lost energy 3/4 of the way through the first round the last time. I know Hermanson isn't the power puncher that Jared Cannonier is, but he has a good jab, and he's shifty in there also. And I don't know if RoboCop's going to want to apply the grappling in this one against Hermanson, because he's just as dangerous there, I find also. So I'm gonna slightly lean towards Hermanson to keep away from RoboCop's power, and RoboCop stands very straight no matter where he is in the ring. So I think Hermanson's gonna footwork is going to help him a lot here to avoid those bigger, stronger, heavier shots, especially earlier in the fight. Then I think he's going to start coming away with the fight. Like in the middle of the fight, he's going to start pulling away because Robo's going to get a little tired there. And let's not forget, RoboCop already has a lot of damage over the course of his career, I find. You?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you got to remember also that Jack Hermanson's older, man. He's 37 years old compared to the 33-year-old Gregory Rodriguez. Not to mention, look at the height advantage, man. Look how much taller Gregory Rodriguez is than Jack Hermanson, man. Like, he's so much bigger and taller, man. I just don't see it happening. I like Jack Hermanson. I think he's very good.
Underrated.
I don't see him beating a guy like Gregory Rodriguez, man. He's just too tall, too big for him, and he's just got such a good skill set. The mix of fucking striking and grappling, it'll be too much for Hermanson, man. But yeah, we're in disagreement still with it. I thought you were going to change your mind after you saw how big Gregory Rodriguez was, man.
It's a slight lean. I knew he was big. I knew he was going to be this size compared to the Joker here, but...
So we're still in disagreement. I got Gregory Rodriguez by finish. How do you have Hermanson winning?
By decision or submission. So that would be an 80% decision, 20 submission. I think he's going to win this one. I think he's going to, just win a decision based on wearing RoboCop out, Robo getting tired.
All right, so we're still in disagreement with the first fight of the main card. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima.
Okay, and now for all those who thought Lima may be a little small for the division or definitely giving up a lot of height and all of that to Peyton Talbot, I don't see much of a difference at all here. They match up
For
pretty
real, eh?
it's just nuts, you know? Like where are people getting their info? That's why we do the final face-off show, and both of them were wearing those standard UFC shoes. So yeah, that's the real hype here. I think Lima's very well rounded, and too good defensively for Peyton Talbot here. I think Peyton Talbot has more power, but I think the overall game of Felipe Lima is going to be able to handle what Talbot has to offer him. I don't think Peyton Talbot and his takedown defense and get up game as a whole, which didn't look that great against Raoni Barcelos, is improved enough to deal with Felipe Lima if Felipe Lima decides to really blend it in with the wrestling takedowns and ground game he has also. And his striking is very good. He has shifty combinations and uses them well. So yeah, give me Lima here by decision or knockout.
Yeah, man. So as you mentioned earlier, man, what fucking bullshit, man, that fucking topology has here. They say that Talbot is 5'10".
Not only topology, but like people out there I hear
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
yeah.
and even on Sherdog too, they had Peyton Talbot at 5'10" and Felipe Lima at 5'6". Where the fuck is the 4 inch difference? They're almost the same height. They're almost the same fucking height. Like, look at this. Like Talbot's
Oh,
maybe what, a 1 inch taller than him. Anyways, that's
so
absolutely.
that made me feel that much better going
Oh
into the
yeah, like I'm super happy. Felipe Lima, look at this guy. He's super muscular. He's ripped. He's in great shape. Phenomenal shape, the guy. I gotta say Peyton Talbot too. He's also in great shape. He's not as ripped though as Felipe Lima, and you can see here that Felipe Lima is a little bit thicker. If you look at the torso here, he's a little thicker than Peyton Talbot. So now I'm really not discouraged about the height advantage for Peyton Talbot. We can see here they're pretty much the same fucking height. Felipe Lima is going to have the grappling advantage here. He's got submissions, and that's going to be a problem for Peyton Talbot because we saw Peyton Talbot get taken down 8 fucking times against Rowney Barcelos in his last fight. I checked out the stats. Rowney Barcelos took him down 8 fucking times. So imagine Felipe Lima in this one, man, who's a good grappler, a good fucking wrestler. He's going to take down Peyton Talbot. I would probably say at least half of that, at least 4 times in this fight. And he's got the jiu-jitsu to get the submissions there. As we can see, Felipe Lima, the guy has 3 submissions, 4 knockouts, and 7 decisions. So he's super well-rounded. Give me Felipe Lima. I don't think this fight's going to go the distance. I got Felipe Lima by knockout or submission here, man. So we are in agreement with this one here. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Beneil Dariush against Renato Moicano.
I'm gonna still stick with Money Moicano here. I think he's gonna like he has longer strikes. He has more variety in his strikes, including kicks. I forget. I don't think I mentioned that the last time, but his kicks can cause some damage too here with Belial. Belial. Benil. Yeah, Benil.
Beneil.
Yeah, I think it's been too long for Benil here in terms of being away to really find his groove like nice and quick. I think everyone deals with some ring rust, you know, so I think that's going to be a slight factor here, although he's not the most complex fighter out there. Uh, and I think at some point, I just have a feeling Moicano's going to find a sub. I know Benil is very hard to sub. He's very good on the ground also. I don't want to see Benil on top of Money Moicano, but I think Money's going to get what he wants here, that win bonus, because let's just say he's on a 4 fight winning streak. If you take away that last second replacement where he lost Makachev, and you know he's still hungry there, Moicano. So give me and plus Belial's chin could be gone, and he could have gotten even slower than he was before. So yeah, give me Moicano by sub or decision.
Yeah, man, I know this is not a popular pick, but I think me and you and like not many others have Renato Moicano. I'm definitely sticking with Renato Moicano in this one here. look at the picture here. You can see that Renato Moicano, he's actually bigger than Beneil Dariush. He's taller than Beneil Dariush. He's in absolute, really great shape. He looks really, really good. Yeah, Beneil Dariush does look good too, but you can see he does look older. You got to remember, Dariush hasn't fought in a year and 6 months. Last fight was against Arman Sarukian, where he got knocked out. The fight before that against Charles Oliveira, who we're going to see in the main card, where he got knocked out by him. And then his last win was almost 3 years ago against Mateus Gamrot by decision, man. So, Renato Moicano, I like the way he looks here. He looks much bigger. He looks in great shape. I think that he's overlooked in this one, man. I think people are underrating him, and I really like Renato Moicano to get the win here. I'm going to say he wins by knockout or submission. We've seen Dariush get knocked out back-to-back fights, and Renato Moicano, his submission game, his jiu-jitsu is fucking high level. So I can see Renato Moicano getting a sub here in this fight or a knockout. So give me Renato Moicano by KO or submission. So we're in agreement with this one here. Let's move on up. And by the way, again, with the height and stuff, they were pretty much saying that these guys were the same height. Nah, man, you can see Renato Moicano is much taller there. All right, so let's move on up to the next fight here. By the way, it was supposed to be me. I was supposed to do that one. But anyways, you start this one here, Andy. Who do you got between Brandon Royval and Joshua Van here, bro?
If you guys are as pissed off as I am that Khalil took my turn, hit that like and subscribe. Give us some support and show the love. Yeah. I gotta go with Joshua Van here. Maybe it would surprise some that I am, but I like this guy's pep. I don't care that it's his second fight within the month. Did you know that? It's his second fight within June. I think he's young enough.
He fought 2 weeks and 5 days ago. It's crazy.
I think he's young enough to handle it, though. Like, he's only 23. If he has a good metabolism, I think he shouldn't have a problem. And I think just his boxing and his intent on using his game, and that's his boxing game, his great movement and footwork when it comes to the boxing aspect of his game is really, really high level. And it's surprising for such a young guy like this. Wait until he develops other wrinkles to his game to go along with that boxing. This guy's going to be even better, and he'll get there probably in a couple years. I think he's going to beat Royval here. I think those body shots are going to limit Royval's movement as the fight goes on. Van often grows into the fight and gets stronger as it goes along. And I think he's going to be able to use his good sprawl to stop a lot of Royval's takedown attempts. But Royval's a dog. I expect a good fight here. Give me Van by decision.
Man, again, we're in disagreement with this one here, man. Look, I understand what you're saying about Joshua Van. I like Joshua Van. I mean, I picked him to win.
Yeah.
I picked him to win against Bruno Silva. You had Bruno Silva. So, I do like Joshua Van here. But the thing is that, first let's talk about body type here. We can see that Joshua Van, he's, as usual, in really, really good physical shape. The guy is, he's muscular, he's ripped. Royval is a little skinnier than Joshua Van, but you can see that Royval is he's pretty big too. He's pretty large also in size, and he's also ripped himself. He's less muscular than Joshua Van, but you can see he's much taller though than Joshua Van. Like, they got it accurate in this one. He's 5'9" compared to the 5'5" Joshua Van. Royval is 5'9", Joshua Van's 5'5", and he's going to have that 3-inch reach advantage. The thing is though, a lot of people are forgetting Brandon Royval. The guy has very good boxing too. His boxing is underrated. I think he's up there with the boxing with Joshua Van. I think he can hang on the feet. I will say that Joshua Van is a slightly better boxer than Brandon Royval, but I'm saying Royval can hang on the feet with him. Like, they can box and exchange strikes at a pretty decent level. But here's the thing. Brandon Royval's got the takedowns, bro. He's got the fucking grappling and wrestling. And he has good jiu-jitsu. That's where Joshua Van lacks. He has no jiu-jitsu. Joshua Van, I don't even think he has one sub in his whole career. If I take a look here, he's got 2 submissions in his career. Joshua Van. But Brandon Royval, he's got way higher level jiu-jitsu. We're talking a guy who has 9 submissions, okay? 4 knockouts, 9 submissions, 4 decisions. So I can see Brandon Royval getting Joshua Van to the ground. We've seen Joshua Van have problems when he gets taken down. He had problems against Charles Johnson, where Charles Johnson was able to take him down, and that's how Charles Johnson won that fight. He won by knockout, but he took him down.
No, he was beating him out on the feet, I think, later in the fight.
He
No,
did. He did knock out Charles Johnson, but he did take him down in that fight. And that's the thing. I think Brandon Royval is going to be able to take down Joshua Van, get him to the ground, use his ground and pound, and use the submission threat, though. So I'm going to go with Brandon Royval to win here by, I'm going to say submission or decision for Brandon Royval here. I don't think he knocks out Joshua Van, but I think he could sub him or win a decision with more control time on the ground. Because I think Joshua Van is going to have a hard time getting up, because Brandon Royval, when he takes people down, he likes to move his position and get into positions where he makes it hard for the opponent to get back up.
Well, you know, the fact that he moves around a lot too gives opportunities for guys to like get up real fast. So you give and take in that. You know, we'll see. We'll see.
But I think Brandon Royval's got just a much higher level ground game than Joshua Van there, and
yeah,
the fact that he can mix it up. That's why I'm going to lean more towards Brandon Royval here. So we're in disagreement with this one. I got Brandon Royval by sub or decision. How do you have Joshua Van winning again?
By decision or knockout.
All right. So we're in disagreement with this one, man. Let's move on up to the co-main event here of the evening. It's Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. So for this one here, man, got to stick with Alexander Pantoja, man. I'm not going to take too long to talk about this one. Kai Kara France with his stupid long tongue, sticking out his tongue. What the fuck's up with this guy's tongue? The fucking tongue goes all the way down to his chin. I've never seen that before. He looks crazy. It's like a fucking lizard. It's absolutely insane. Pantoja looks amazing, though, man. He's in really good shape. Probably the best shape I've ever seen him in ever. He's ripped. He's lean. He's muscular. He looks great. Kai Kara France also in good shape as well, but he's much shorter. And like I said, he's sticking out his tongue like an idiot as usual. I got to go with Pantoja, man. I think he gets a submission here or wins by decision. Give me Pantoja by sub or decision. Not going to take too long on this one, man.
Yeah, I think Pantoja is going to get to him, just insanely pressure him, get to his back at some point, and sub him out, whether it's on the ground or on the feet. You always got to fear Kara France's power, especially that, you know, that lunging huge right he throws, right? And he does that very well, and you have to be really good to do that, to get the timing down and all that. But Pantoja is not the guy you're going to be able to time that too easily on, which I think his style negates some of Kara France's power, because that's the way Pantoja fights. And it's going to be harder for Kara France to land that monster shot in that case. And yeah, so give me Pantoja by sub. And still.
And let's not forget, man, Pantoja fought like super high level guys like Alex Perez, Brandon Moreno, Steve Erceg.
He's fought guys too, Kara France.
Yeah, he has.
You know the thing is with Pantoja now, he's lapping the field, right? That's pretty much why he's facing Kara France now. Didn't even lose his last fight. I don't know, but it's no longer than a one-fight winning streak, I don't think, for Kai Kara France.
Yeah,
but he's getting a title shot. You got guys coming in from wherever he came from, fighting Pantoja last time from Japan, I think, right?
That guy Kai Asakura.
Yeah, and while this guy has talent and he's fun to watch and all that, he's never fought in the UFC before, gets a title shot right away because there's just no one else.
And don't forget, Alexander Pantoja can take a punch, man. We saw he took multiple punches by Kai Asakura. He was able to take those punches and not go down. Steve Erceg was lacing into him as well. Brandon Royval was lacing into him. So Pantoja, his chin is solid, man. Like he could take a punch from Kai Kara France here. So yeah, give me Pantoja, man. Submission or decision here. All right, so we're in agreement with this one. And now we are at the main event of the evening here. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Who you got here, Andy, in this one?
Yeah, so this is basically a dog or pass for me, but I'm still going to pick Charles Oliveira. I'm going to say that kicks and knees are going to make the difference in this fight at some point. This could be what sets the tone. I don't know if it's going to be a flying knee knockout, but the way Ilya even stops takedowns is he gets down real low, and you got a significant height advantage here. You got a guy that kicks a lot better, mid and upper range, of course. Like Ilya kicks too, but they're mostly low kicks if he does. He really doesn't use kicks at all. And I know this is offense and he has to defend these kicks, not throw them, but I think he's better at defending a boxer, for instance. Not that not that Oliveira is going to be limiting himself to only kicks, but I think that's going to play a big factor. Very dangerous fight, but dangerous for both of them. I see it ending in under 1.5 rounds. I'm going to call in this one. Yeah, so obviously sub or knockout for Charles Oliveira to become a two-time champ.
Wow, man. Me and you disagreeing again in the main event here. I got to go with Ilya Topuria, man. This is his time, man. He's the younger guy, 28 years old. You got to remember that. I mean, Oliveira, 35 years old, man. Topuria, he's super hungry. All press conference, he's been talking about finishing Charles Oliveira in the first round. We'll see if that happens, but I mean, he's definitely he's very, very confident in himself to get this win. He came out in phenomenal shape, man. You can see he's muscular, he's built, he's ripped. Charles Oliveira, of course, being the taller guy, you can see here he's got a 3-inch height advantage. He's also going to have a significant 5-inch reach advantage. I'm not saying Charles Oliveira can't win here, man, because he could beat anybody. He's the Bronx, you know what I mean? But Topuria is the guy, man. I think that he's really motivated to get this win. I like his skill set. I think on the feet, he's better than Charles Oliveira on the feet. Of course, his boxing is really amazing. And plus, he moves around a lot, circles around a lot, and it's hard for Charles Oliveira to keep him in front of him. And that's what's going to be a problem for Oliveira, to keep Topuria in front of him so he can land those punches and try to shoot for takedowns. I think it's going to be a hard time for Charles Oliveira to get the takedowns on Topuria. He's got good takedown defense, and Topuria with his movement and how quick he is with his speed, I think that's going to be the difference, man. So this fight's not going to go the distance, I don't think. Give me Topuria by knockout or submission. So there you have it, folks.
What round? In what round?
In under 2 rounds, I'm going to say.
Right.
And I'll go under 2.5 rounds for Topuria to get the finish here. So there you have it, folks. Our final thoughts, predictions, and face-offs for the main card. Stay tuned. Coming up next, our official bets. KAMMA, baby.